a gathering for a key meeting where, of course, they're hammering out the various issues within there. Our very own Rashid is speaking to one of the honchos, who also happens to be the public relations officer at the Electoral Commission. A very good morning, Rashid.
Coming to you live from Jinja, where a number of peers under their association are currently undergoing an engagement which is called the East African Peers Week, and the discussion is being focused on integration, sustainability. Of course, when you look at the peers, these are people-to-people personalities, and to make us appreciate this subject matter, I've been joined this morning by Electoral Commission spokesperson, that is Paul Bukenya. First of all, we want to understand, when it comes back to the issues of the Association of Public Relations Officers in the country, what role do they play? And maybe a number of associations have come up and they have their specific agenda that they always push up to. What could be the agenda for the associations for peers in Uganda, and also vis-a-vis the whole East African Association that brings together all the peers within the region? Mr. Bukenya, most welcome. We're discussing about this ongoing workshop for the peers in East Africa. Let's understand what could be the key issues pertaining this particular engagement, which is for a week.
Yeah, we have gathered as PR professionals from within the East African region, and this is the second time we're doing that. The first time was in Kenya last year, so this is the second edition of the East African Public Relations Week, hosted by the Public Relations Association of Uganda. And we have gathered as professionals to reflect on our work and how we are supporting our organizations, institutions, companies, and agencies, both in private sector and public sector, how we are supporting the communication function, how we are supporting our different entities to build and maintain good relations with stakeholders and work with them to achieve our organizational objectives. So we're here to reflect on that, but of course in the East African context, we've gathered to discuss how to grow our profession and also how to collaborate together to tell the East African story, because we are part of a bigger East African bloc, the East African community. So those are the conversations we're having, the lessons we're sharing with each other, and of course the network that we're building. Our association, of course, brings us together to enable us build and professionalize, so maintain professional standards, and also it's a networking platform as well to share experiences, good practices from amongst ourselves and our other partner associations. So we are here basically to discuss how to position ourselves to help and support our organizations deliver on their mandate and their organizational objectives. That's why we're here. In the case of Uganda, we are seeking statutory recognition. We are working towards that, so that PR profession is recognized and by law, and we are able to regulate how people practice, so professionals practice, so that not everyone maybe who can speak well, who looks good, and things like that can come and say, I'm a PR practitioner, so that we support standardizing the profession. And government has already expressed support, because government has been represented at a very high level by the Vice President this morning.
Okay, we saw the Vice President launching this particular engagement, and our narrative as also a country speaks a lot, first of all in attracting investors, and she gave typical example of the recent unfortunate incident that happened in Queen Elizabeth National Park, where all the media outlets used that particular story as a headline. Do we think media plays key role, first of all, in either uplifting the country or bringing the country down, as far as the issues of encouraging visitors to come into the country is concerned?
Uganda is a good place to visit, and incidences that may come up here and there do not take away the beauty and the overall picture of Uganda as a safe destination, yes.
Okay, away from this particular one-week engagement for public relations officers, let's get back to the issues of election. Recently in August, we saw Electoral Commission launching the roadmap for 2026 election, and of course it has already given the different political players appetite to go and strategize on how they can be person to, first of all, hunt for the votes ahead of these elections. Let's understand what are some of the key strategic plans that you have in this particular roadmap, and also away from the roadmap, the current discussion that has left the nation on to suspense is the issues of election of local council 1 chairpersons, local council 2 chairpersons, and women councils. And recently we also saw Electoral Commission presenting a budget before Parliament of around 80 billion for that is a women council election. Help us and bring us into speed over the issues of these elections.
It is true, on the 2nd of August we launched the strategic plan and the roadmap for 2025-2026 general elections. And actually the roadmap covers 3 financial years, and this is the first financial year. So by way of financial year, we've already started the first year of our roadmap. And what we are doing right now is undertaking the activities that we as the Electoral Commission can undertake within the provisions that we have, because actually in this financial year the funds for the general elections have not been released yet. So the roadmap for 2025-2026 general elections has actually started, and we're already on the move. Now when you talk about administrative units, which is LC1 and LC2, and women councils and committees elections, they are not part of general elections, which is why you can see that they expire at different times. So, but we have informed the country that we will be giving an update on the program for those elections, because there's been quite some engagement between the Commission and government about facilitating those elections by way of funding, and some progress that is made will be updating the country. But as of now, we've not released the program. We've not yet, issued the timelines for the election.
Okay, thank you so much. That is, of course, Bukenya Paul, who is the Public Relations Officer at Electoral Commission, trying to bring us into speed as far as the roadmap for 2026 is concerned, and also the current ongoing engagement. Of course, we have a number of PRs, government spokespersons from these member states, and the information that I got during this particular engagement is that we also even have members who are not within East African member states, members from that is Nigeria, Zimbabwe. All of them are here to see how they can be in person to actually build a bond and good working relationship, and also push a common agenda. And of course, when the Electoral Commission was releasing the roadmap in August, one of the things is the budget that has been put in place. According to the Electoral Commission roadmap, the 2026 elections will cost about 1.3 trillion. Let me let the room back to you in studio as you continue with the show.
All right, many thanks, Rashul Adidi. They're coming to us live from Jinja, where public relations professionals are gathering to reflect on the issues within the industry and also map the way forward in